All right. Hello, good evening, everyone. Hey, everyone who's already joined us. Let's say hi in chat if you're here. I hope you can all hear me and everything is clear, coming through clearly. Say hi in chat. I see there's a few people here already. I want to say hi and thank you for everyone who's joining us for the first time. If you are here for the first time tonight, watching our weekly show, Saturday night show, then hey Sally, what's up? I'll say that my name is Itamar. This is Figment RP, and you're watching our series of the sorcery game books by Steve Jackson and Ian Livingston. And this is a series of books that really influenced me as a child. I was really into that. I played them in like fourth or fifth grade at primary school, and I'm now playing them here live online. And what I like to do is to let you, the viewers in chat, do all of the decisions. So this is what's going to happen tonight. And tonight we are starting the fourth book in the series, the fourth and last book, which is The Crown of Kings. Generally, the sorcery is the title of the four-book series, but The Crown of Kings is really the title of the quest. The Crown of Kings is what you're after as the hero. So the Crown of Kings is what we hopefully will achieve by the end of this adventure. And when I say hopefully, I mean for sure, because we are gonna somehow, one way or another, succeed. It just matters. What matters is how many times we're gonna have to backtrack, go back, make other decisions while we do it, because that's the way we played it when we were kids, and that's the way we're gonna play it here. So yeah, it's the fourth book in the series. The first one was the Shamutanti Hills. The second one was Kare, City Port of Traps, and the third book is the Seven Serpents, which we just finished last week. Each book took us 2 weeks, so 2 sessions of play. And because this book is longer, I expect this one to take us a little longer, maybe 3 weeks probably. I expect it to be 3 weeks. Also because I decided to, starting this week, to try to not go over 2 hours. So it's now 8:30 my time, which means that by 10:30 or so I'm gonna want to finish, and that means that we're gonna have only 2 hours to go through as much of the book as possible today, and then next week and the week after that. And that makes me think that probably we'll need 3 sessions to get through the Crown of Kings. A little reminder of the story up till now: you are a hero from a kingdom called Analand. Analand was entrusted with a magical artifact called the Crown of Kings, an actual crown, which has been loaned to the king of Analand in order to give the country, the kingdom, prosperity and peace, because this is what the artifact does. When a king or queen wears the Crown of Kings, the it always, and for already like several countries, several kingdoms around Analand, it already happened that this crown really makes the kingdom prosperous and gives the ruler wisdom and authority to enact good policies that bring prosperity to the kingdom. So this was Analand's turn. Each kingdom gets the crown for 4 years. This is what the original owner, the person who found the crown, decided. And in the middle, after 1 or 2 years into this period, the crown was stolen by someone from a neighboring land called Kakabad. Kakabad is where we are throughout this book series. We go out from Analand into Kakabad, and we are trying to infiltrate, get into the Mampang Citadel, steal back the Crown of Kings, and bring it back to Analand. Why just one hero, one person, and not yeah, I mean, of course, we should let the. I mean, okay, so the story is that now the crown, Sally. If I don't know if you remember from the previous times I recapped it, the story is that now the crown is in the hands of the Archmage. The Archmage is an evil warlord who wants to unite Kakabad into one evil kingdom. It hasn't been possible yet because it's full of devils and beasts and monsters. And if he gets his way, what that means is that Kakabad will be a prosperous kingdom, and he will be an actual king, the Archmage, but it'll be an evil kingdom and will be a threat to everywhere around him. So I don't think, Sally, I think part of the story is not that the person wearing the crown becomes good and immediately seeks out peace. But if they are to begin with a rightful ruler, a just ruler, then they will make less mistakes, I guess, and they will make better decisions, and they will get their way, and the kingdom will prosper. If you started being really evil, like the Archmage, I think Sally's already with the Marxist theory here, banging us over the head with the weakness of the story. I don't know, Sally. I don't know. The story never talks about whether other rulers started out being good. It just assumes Analand and the kingdoms around, and the person that king who originally found the crown. They're all good. You come from the land of good. You go into the land of evil. If it seems not really fitting with our modern sensibilities, Sally, then you're absolutely right. It doesn't fit. It doesn't. If it was written today, it would be written a different way. If it was be written in a post George R. R. Martin timeline, it would be written in a different way. But it was written in the whatever 70s, 80s. So that's the story, Sally. And you're absolutely right. But that's what we have. So that's the story up till now. We made it through the Shamutanti Hills, which is just a bunch of villages in a hilly terrain. Then Kari is all about one city, which you have to cross because it sits on a river, and you have to cross the river through the city. And then the Seven Serpents, in which you encounter 7 servants of the Archmage trying to bring news about your mission to the Archmage. And to our luck and bravery and skill, we managed to dispatch 6 of the 7 serpents, so almost all of them but one. And the remaining serpent, the Sun Serpent, apparently, we didn't know it at the time. I kind of half remembered it while we were going through it, but I wasn't sure. In the end, if you leave only the Sun Serpent undiscovered, apparently you find out that it was captured without even your knowledge. So the Sun Serpent also didn't make its way to the Archmage. So now nobody knows you're coming. And that means we're going to have a special advantage starting out this book and this adventure. So this is it. This is where we are. Everyone who's here, I hope some more people joined. As you know, you're going to make all the decisions. It's not up to me. Wherever there's like a choice of whether to fight or to cast a spell or to turn right or left or go up the stairs or lie or tell the truth or whatever it is in the text, you're the ones who make all the choices. And I'm just going to present the choices and then give you a little while to decide. And this is the music that's going to play while you're making your decision. Good. Sally's probably right. You're right, Sally. We did probably miss on some parts of the adventure, but these books, you never do like 100% of the adventure. This is the music. I'm going to stop it now. You're going to get around 30 or 40 seconds. All your decisions to go into a certain path or not, to take a detour or whatever. These decisions means that you don't always get like 100% of the book. You never encounter 100% of the content of any of these books because there's always choices to make along your way. So we didn't meet the witch. We probably could have, but we didn't. And that's it. That's where we are. We missed the Sun Serpent, and yeah, we probably missed some things because of things we decided along the way. I want to say thank you to my new followers since our last show: Crows Live, Tealahead, Stargazer XM, Sheridan Wild, Free Thrall, Schauberach, and Furcube. These are new followers we have from the past several days since our last show on Monday. And I want to say thank you, everyone, all of you, for having followed. And hopefully some of you are with us right now watching this show. So, yeah, I think... No. I was just letting everyone know what the music sounds like. No decision yet. I was just letting them know so that they're not super surprised afterward. So yeah, that's what we have. We're ready to begin. I will remind you that this is our character. See if we see. Yep, this is it. Whoops, am I in the right screen? I am. Okay, so this is Mrs. Daisy McGilligully. Mrs. Notice Mrs. She's married. She's an honest frog warrior princess. Notice the frog head, the combo sword wand pogo stick, and the oversized blue cloak, which are her signature weapon and attire. And that's the way she's been walking throughout this adventure ever since the beginning. We have 3 provisions. We are with 9 skill. 9 skill is a good number for a wizard. It's not very high for a fighter, but for a wizard, that is actually above average. We got that because we were so lucky in the previous adventure. We started out with 7 skill, which is not very good. It's below average, and we got up to 9. We got 2 points to our skill immediately added because we were skillful and lucky enough to avoid having to prevent any of the serpents from reaching the archmage. We have 18 stamina, which is a little below average, and we have 14 luck, which is amazing. It's over the maximum starting luck, which is 12. You can start with a 12. We started with a 12. We got so lucky during the adventure that we got it bumped up and up to 14. And yeah, for a while we were at 6 skill because we got wounded, and that was hard. That was hard going. Now Sally and everyone who's been playing with us for the past weeks, Shin as well, you all know that even having 2 more points of skill from 7 going up to 9, that means that now we actually are going to be able to fight some of the fights with our weapon, which was just not an option up till now with almost any enemy. It was just not an option. It just cost too much stamina, and it usually led to certain death. So right now we can actually choose to fight, which is cool. This is the list of spells. We have this list of spells right here. Disregard the red and blue colors. All of the spells here exist. They're all real. So when we have a chance to cast some spells in the book, I'm going to show you this list, and the list of we're going to compare to the list in the book, and we'll see which of them are real. But choosing the actual spell we cast, we'll have to do from memory. Shin and Sally are longtime players, which means that between the 3 of us, we'll probably remember most of what these spells do, and if any of them require like components or anything like that. And these 2 columns, the left hand and the middle column, are equipment, most of which is spell components, and some other things that are just randomly useful stuff. And the one on the right is 6 pieces of advice that we got for this book. So let's read them through them right now, because we got this advice from the 7 serpents themselves. 6 out of the 7 serpents, they gave us advice, and we will need to remember and use this advice throughout the adventure. So this advice is as follows. First, 4 guards watch the entrance to Mampang. 4 guards. Advice the second, offer no gold to Valenia. Okay, no gold to Valenia, cool. Advice number 3, don't eat from Throg's larder. Advice number 4, in the Chamber of Night, do not light the red candle. And to increase my mic volume, yes, let's try to do something here. Nice to see you, FurQ, by the way. Thank you for joining. Is this any better? I tried to increase it a little bit. Hopefully that works. I don't know if I can increase it even more than what I did already. Write down if you still having difficulty hearing what I'm saying. So we're now past 4 pieces of advice. Let's read out the 5th and the 6th. The fifth piece of advice is pay respect to Nagamante, the torture master. And the 6th and last advice, the archmage may be disguised in the fortress, which is one piece of story I actually remember from having played this game before. It was very cool. Okay, cool. Nice. So we have all this, and now we're going to be able to be on our way. We just climbed the mountains with a country called Low Zaman into High Zaman, which is up above in the mountains. Yeah, oh, cool. Apparently I was, the volume was a little bit low up till now, but thank you for telling me, FurQ. Very helpful. Cool. All right, so we've gone up the mountains, and the previous book, The 7 Serpents, ended just when we laid eyes on the Mampang Citadel for the first time. I love the names in the book, by the way. Awesome, cool names, which we already talked about in previous shows as well. Okay, so join me when we start this adventure right now. Sometimes there's going to be cool art. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Let's look at the cool. Let's look at the bypass, the special benefit we have. So you can see it says here in bright strong red. Start on 237. We need to start on a different. On not on paragraph number 1, but on reference 237, which means that we need to start from there, because instead of number 1, because we got this special advantage. When we are in the Citadel, we're not going to be discovered or recognized for who we are, because the serpents never reached the Citadel. We dispatched them all, or they were captured for us in the previous book. So let's go to 237 and see what it says. So in 237, it says, the 7 serpents had been carrying a message of your arrival back to the Archmage of Mampang. Since you have defeated all 7 of the Archmage's messengers, no news of your mission has reached the fortress. If, during your adventure, you come across a creature or group of creatures who recognize you as the Analander, that's going to be the words we need to recognize, the Analander, you may ignore the particular reference you're on at the time, and turn to a new reference in which you will find that you are not recognized. To get to the new reference, deduct 40 from the reference you are on. If you did not kill all the serpents, blah, 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 you should never... Okay, so we need to, whenever we recognize, we need to deduct 40 from the number of the reference when we're on. So let's write it down here. If recognized, deduct 40 from the reference number. Okay, something we'll need to remember. Let's reduce the font size on this. Okay, let's leave it in bright, strong red to make sure that we remember this if possible. Be mindful and vigilant. Try to see if I miss us being recognized as the Analander in the book, and remind me that I need to take 40 off of the reference number. But now we go back to number 1. Okay, let me show you. Hopefully it shows. Yep, it does. This is the picture. There's some cool illustrations sometimes in this book, so I'm going to show you the illustrations, and sometimes there's going to be some choices I want to show you on screen when we make them. So this is what you see right now. Like a gigantic claw clutching at the sky, the Mampang Fortress is a foreboding image etched into your mind. Although it is the goal of your mission, its appearance in the distance gives you no sense of relief at the approach of your journey's end. The feeling is rather one of apprehension and danger as you pick your way towards the great castle on high, which is partially obscured by the billowing clouds which shroud the uppermost peaks of the Zanzunus. The Zanzunu is the chain of mountains that you're on right now. The going becomes harder as your trail climbs through Lozamen. The Zanzunu foothills are evidently little used by creatures on foot, and the path is indistinct. Where the way is muddy, you can make out hoof marks along the trail. They are days, if not weeks, old. But what sort of creature has made them? The sun fades behind these dense clouds, and the sky darkens. Perhaps a storm is brewing. A deep, distant rumbling from the heavens confirms your suspicion. You had better prepare yourself. It is already late in the evening, so perhaps it would be wise for you to find a suitable place to camp for the night. There is plenty of shelter under the vegetation to avoid the rain, but you would feel safer in a cave of some sort if you're going to get some sleep. You pause to consider which way would offer you the best chance of shelter. To the east and west, leaving the trail, the undergrowth would make the going heavy, with no real cover which you would be happy to sleep under. Now, the path ahead to the north is really your only way forwards. Your eyes follow it. A few hundred meters ahead, it turns to the right around a rocky ridge. With a bit of luck, there may be a nook of some sort in the side of the ridge in which you will be able to shelter. You press on. When you reach the bend in the path, you are able to see what lies ahead. To your right, you see exactly what you were hoping for. Not 1, but 3 caves are set into the rock. 3 caves. That's going to be the first choice for the night. 3 caves in the rock. The nearest one has the smallest entrance, which probably opens into quite a shallow cave. The central cave looks large enough for you to light a fire inside, although the cave could be quite deep and therefore dangerous. The third cave is of a similar size, but looking at the trail, you notice that the hoof prints lead off into this cave. Which cave will you try for shelter? The smallest cave, the middle cave, or the far cave? These are going to be your choices. Make one of these three choices right now. All right. One vote to the far cave, one vote to the smallest cave. Middle cave. Oh, we're at a tie. A 3-vote tie. If anyone else watching wants to add your vote to this is the time. Okay. We're done with the 30 seconds. So in case of a tie, I am the tiebreaker. I choose one of the leading options. So because you voted to all three, I'm going to choose... let's say the middle cave. I'm going to choose the middle cave because this cave has enough room for us to light a fire in. So let's do that. Okay. You step up to the cave entrance and peer inside. It doesn't smell particularly pleasant in there, but it seems safe. It seems to be safe enough. Okay. Whoops. Sorry. The thing that is a little worrying, though, is the depth of the cave. You cannot see the back. The cave just disappears into the blackness. If you feel you would be safer on one of the other caves, you may approach either the smallest cave or the other cave. If you will venture inside the cave, turn to 509. I am going to go inside the cave. We already made our choice. We're not going to change our choice in the middle because we just got a new description. 507, by the way, is paragraph 507. The previous three books had around 400 to 500 paragraphs, give or take. This one has 800, so quite a bit longer, which is why I said we're probably going to need 3 sessions to get through it. So let's go to 507. There's plenty of room inside the cave. You step inside and glance around to satisfy yourself that there are no dangers about. It all seems safe enough. If you want to double check by exploring the dark depths of the cave, turn to 268. If you wish to settle down, perhaps to eat, turn to 366. If you just want to stretch out and get some sleep, turn to 574. Okay, so another three-pronged choice. Do we explore the depths of the cave? Do we eat? Just rest a little bit and maybe eat some food? Or do we just go to sleep right away? Make your choice right now. Sally, as usual, votes to explore. Double check. So just to make sure I understand what you're voting for, Q, you're voting to explore deeper into the cave. We didn't eat today. No, we didn't. Okay, Shin. Yeah, okay, so we have 2 votes to explore. Shin reminds us helpfully that we need to eat at least once per day. Even if we don't need any healing, we need to eat. Otherwise, we starve and we lose stamina. So we need to be ready to, yeah. No, we got healed to full the ending of the last book, I think, right? I think we did. I mean, we have 18 now. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna go explore. You're exploring into the cave. Okay, so the cave extends deep into the rock and becomes gradually gloomier, with only the dim light from the entrance to help you. Your hand is following the left-hand wall. Your foot kicks something soft. Instinctively, you spring backwards. That was not a rock. That was something animal. Your fears are confirmed. You can see on screen Countess Belvane. We are Mrs. Daisy McGilligan and we're exploring a cave. So you kick something soft, you instinctively jump backwards, and you realize it's something living. Your fears are confirmed. There's a shuffling, there's a growling, and then a blow catches you square across the chest and knocks you sprawling backwards. Oh my lord! You're now standing between the creature and the entrance. You cannot see it, but it can see you clearly because it lives in a dark cave. So obviously, you have to deduct 2 stamina points for the blow, which has partially winded you. So he already got wounded for 2 stamina. Quite alarming. We're down to 16, and now as you run back to the entrance, the roaring beast pursues you. You run away, and the beast pursues you. In the light, now you see it for what it is. It's a black and white fur pattern, a long bushy tail. It's unmistakable. You've stumbled across the lair of a great skunk bear. Skunk bear. Let's have a look at the skunk bear. There it is. That's the lovely skunk bear that you're gonna need to discover to fight right now. You can run from the cave and escape the creature. That's first choice. You can draw your weapon and attack it, or you can cast one of these spells. Notice there are 5 spells, so you can choose any of these 5 spells: Dawes, Kin, Zen, Dud, or Yap. Or we can attack, or we can run away. Make your choice right now. Okay, 2 votes to run, 1 vote to hug and kiss the bear, and 1 vote spell. Right now, running away is the leading choice. Or attack with hugs and kisses. Okay, so we have, now it's 2 votes to attack and 2 votes to run away. Because again, I'm the tiebreaker in case of a tie. I'm gonna choose that we run away. We just run away. We don't need to kill this bear. There's probably no loot. There's nothing useful here. We're just gonna run away from this thing as quickly as possible. So we escape. Let's see. This book is so long. Even just rolling through, just scrolling through the bookmarks takes a long time. You dash outside the cave and into the undergrowth. Yeah, it doesn't come out of the cave. It just doesn't pursue you at all. It's apparently it's like that's its turf. It's its territory. You run out. It doesn't go out after you. It doesn't maul you to death. It's a good thing. So you want to try one of the other caves. So now, do we try the smallest cave or the other cave? Smallest cave is very small, just like a little nook, and the larger cave, the far cave, I'll remind you, is with some tracks going into it, some hoof marks going into it. Make your choice right now. 1 vote to the smallest cave. Small. 2 votes to the smallest cave. Sally has learned her lesson. Far cave. Okay, so 2 votes small cave, 1 vote to the far cave with the hoof marks. I want to be secretive. It's a good point. Okay. So, whoops. Yeah, so I think we have a small advantage to the small cave. We're going to go to the small cave now. Let's go there. Okay, you go to the cave mouth. You kneel down. You have to kneel to look inside. Inside, it seems like you're going to be able to crawl into the cave, but it's going to be a little tight. You get adjusted to the darkness inside. You can see that there's going to be enough room for you to fit comfortably, just for you. The back of the cave is blackness. You can't tell if it's completely empty, but it seems to be like just tight enough or just wide enough to fit you in tightly. You get on all fours and you poke your head inside. There's immediately a shrill howl coming from inside the cave. It almost deafens you because it reverberates from the walls of the cave and fills your ears. You jerk your head out again, away from the danger. The noise sounds like it's coming from some kind of hound, a hound-like animal. You sprint to your feet, you draw your weapon, your wand combo, your wand pogo stick sword combo, and you're ready to face whatever's inside, but nothing comes out. You wait a little bit, you stop shaking for a second, your ears stop ringing, and your courage has returned. You now need to make a decision. Will you go into the cave and face whatever is inside, or do you want to go to the third cave, the far cave? Do we face what is inside, or do we go to the third cave and just say, fuck it, forget that? Face whatever's inside. Sally never lacks for courage. Oops. Enter and face it. Yes, okay, yeah, you're all gung-ho tonight. Very good. I like that. You do? Well, doesn't seem so. From the way it's been going in these sessions, when you've been joining us, you always wanted curiosity, which is easily mistaken. Yeah, very easy to mistake that for bravery, right? That's cool. Okay, so we face what's inside. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. The beast inside must be taught a lesson. Its howling will not prevent you from resting in its cave. Wow, this has taken a turn. Nice. Do you wish to enter with weapon drawn, or do you want to cast a spell? So let me show you the list of spells here on the left-hand side of the page. So either use your weapon or one of these 5 spells up there. So there's Dock, there's Far, there's How, Yap, or Kin. These are the 5 options you have. Dock, Far, How, Yap, or Kin. I think Yap is talking. Yeah, Yap is being able to talk to something. It doesn't share your language. Weapon drawn. Shin says weapon drawn. Sally says Yap. So 1 vote each. I didn't put on the music. Let me put on the music. 2 votes weapon drawn. 1 vote to use the Yap spell. Feeling good with our higher skill, I see. Our newly found weapon skill of 9. Any more votes? Countess Belvane flashed by for a second and then probably disappeared. Okay. This has been 30 seconds. Let's go with our weapon drawn inside the cave. Let's stop this. Okay. So, you enter the cave, the howling starts again. It's horrendous. It's so loud. You just give several thrusts into the blackness just as a warning for whatever is inside, just to let it know that you're armed. You touch nothing. It's just emptiness. You push yourself right inside. You slash about with your weapon. It hits the side of the cave. There's like clang and some sparks fly. Furq, I think your guess might be right because I'm already seeing the illustration of what we're up against. There's like suddenly a scurrying noise that catches your attention and something brushes against your ankle. You suddenly see a small ball of fur, no bigger than a cabbage, race out of the cave on 2 short, stumpy legs. Let's look at the illustration because there's one here and it's immediately, it's just so adorable. I love that. You breathe a sigh of relief and chuckle. This must have been a jib-jib. Although this has been your first sighting of such a creature, you've heard about them from the scholars of Analand. Possessing neither teeth nor claws, jib-jibs defend themselves with their tremendous voices, which deceive would-be attackers into thinking they're facing dangerous beasts. Nice. It's all bark, literally all bark. That's all it is. Just a howl. Okay. So let's go into the cave. The cave itself seems to be ideal. Its narrow entrance will easily be defended. And although you're not able to stand up inside, there's room for you to be comfortable. You have not yet discovered how deep the cave is, but there is no sound coming from the back. Do you now wish to eat a meal? Okay, first choice, eat a meal. Do you want to reassure yourself that there is nothing else in the back of the cave, so explore a little bit more? Or will you just settle down to sleep for the night? These are your 3 options. Eat, sleep, or explore the cave further. Make your choices right now. 2 votes to explore. 3 votes to explore. Cool. Let's explore. All very curious people / brave. Curious / brave. Okay. You grip your weapon. You hold it at the ready. Yeah, we're gonna eat. We're gonna definitely eat today, because if we don't eat before we go to sleep, we'll starve. We do remember that. You grope around deeper into the cave. You follow the line of the wall, which you just touch with your hand throughout the way. There's no hidden tunnels, nor there's no more jibs. The whole cave is perhaps 3 or 4 meters deep and is thankfully empty. But as you feel about, your hand touches something cold. You grasp hold of the object and bring into the light to get a closer look. You have found a dirty old bottle with a stopper firmly jammed into its neck. The glass is a dark brown color, and it's difficult for you to make out whether there's anything inside. Oh, a glass bottle with a stopper. That's a component for a spell. Isn't it? Oh, no, it's not. I think not. Okay, so it's dark brown glass. It's difficult to make out if anything is inside. The weight of the bottle seems to indicate that it's empty, but there is a faint sound as you tip it up and down. So now the choice is, do you open the bottle or not? Do you open the bottle or not? Yeah, it does sound like it. I half expected there to be a letter in the bottle, but there's no letter. It seems empty, but there seems to be a sound. Do we open it or not? Two votes open. Curiosity still wins. 4 votes open. Oh my god, no way. All right. We got it. Yeah, let's open. I sure hope this is good. You hold it away from you like this, and you pull the stopper. It doesn't budge. You try to pull on it to open. It doesn't open. You try again. Then it like slips a little in the neck of the bottle. You give another twist, and then you manage to like pop open it. Looking inside, there's a small piece of parchment. Oh, there is a parchment. Cool. So you have to like stick a finger in and try to like pry it out. It's hard. Eventually, you have to use a twig to hold it, and you like pull out the parchment. You draw it out, unroll it, and you try to read it. It's a language that you do not understand. You pore over it. You puzzle over it for a few minutes. Then you give up. You just have no chance. You don't know this language at all. You don't know how to read it. I don't even know which language this is. You can take this with you on your journey to try to find someone who can interpret it for you. When you first meet someone whom you would like to ask about this parchment, deduct 20 from the reference number you are on at the time and turn to this new reference. If this person knows how to translate the parchment, the text will make sense. If that person does not know how to translate it, the text will be meaningless to your situation. Cool. Nice. So we need to now write that down as well. Let's make sure we remember. If recognized, turn to 40. If meeting someone who could translate parchment. God, too much text. Parchment. Deduct 20. It's going to be that. Let's take this reminder off to the side. A number of cheats as well can be here. This is going to be our hints. Cool. We have these two very important advantages we have during this book. So if we meet someone who can translate this, also again, check me out. But make sure to remind me if I forget that somebody maybe could help us with this, because I've been known to forget this kind of thing. All right, let's go to 99. Okay, so you can either eat or not, blah, 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 you know. Okay, so now eating gives us 2 stamina back, and we have to eat, otherwise we starve, and we lose more stamina. So because we lost 2 stamina, it makes a lot of sense to eat, go back up to 18, and then we won't starve tomorrow morning. So we eat a little bit, blah, 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 and we settle down for the night. Okay. A storm breaks through the night. Wow. During the nights, and it wakes you several times. You're thankful for the shelter your cave affords. Rain pelts down. There's muddy puddles in the cave entrance, but by morning the rain has stopped and the sun is fighting its way through the low-hanging clouds. You rise early, and you prepare yourself for the day. Judging the distance as best as you can, you should reach the fortress by the end of the day. If your stamina is below its initial level, you may add 2 stamina points for the rest. But if you did not eat at all yesterday, you must deduct 3 stamina points as you are now hungry. So we would have gotten the 2 anyway, but we would have lost 3. So we would have been at 15 stamina if we hadn't eaten. So that was worth it. If you wish, you can take with you some stone dust and 3 small pebbles, which you can pick up from the cave. Wow, more spell components. Nice, nice, nice. More stone dust. We already had stone dust. We now have 3 helpings of stone dust, which we've never used. And there's also 5 small pebbles. Now, instead of it, it's 8 small pebbles. We are just collecting a treasure trove of spell components. I love that. Okay, cool. Nice. Let's use some of these spells. Let's use some of these low stamina cost, spells who require components. That would be a good way to conduct ourselves in this adventure. As you climb through the foothills of Low Zaman, you notice how few animals are about. Certainly animals would hide from you, but there are no signs of wildlife. Perhaps the terrain is too treacherous. The going is undoubtedly becoming harder, and by late morning, you are climbing steeply. Ahead, the narrow trail splits to offer you 2 ways onward. To the right, the path continues to wind up the mountainside, while to the left, a narrow rope bridge spans a gully and joins another path. Both lead upward in the direction you are heading. Which will you choose? So, do you go right or do you go left? Left is to a rope bridge, right is to a winding path. Make your choice right now. Right and left. It's either right or left, Sally. So 2 votes right, 2 votes left. Okay, we're out of time, and I'm gonna be the tiebreaker. So I'm gonna choose, because of the rope bridge, exactly, Furq. I think because of the rope bridge, I'm gonna be conservative. I'm gonna go to the right. It's the beginning of the adventure. We need to be careful. Like the political deadlock. Politics. Bringing politics. But I agree. It is very frustrating. Let's go to the right. You pick your way along the rocky path. It's now rising steeply. Sometimes you actually have to climb rather than walk. It's like half climb, half walk along this steep way up the mountain. It's very tiring. You have to stop to rest every little while along the trail. You have to find little rocks to sit under, or to sit like flat surfaces to sit on along the way. One thing is a little bit worrying. You seem to have picked up the hoof marks again. There's hoof marks along the path, the ones you've seen before yesterday. This time they're fresh, recently trodden into the fresh mud after the storm. Maybe these are mountain goats? No, they're not, because I already see the illustration across the page. The Mampank fortress in the distance at first does not seem to be getting any closer, but you're definitely getting nearer. You round a narrow bend and stop dead in your tracks as a missile whizzes past you and bounces off a rock. Somebody shoots and misses. Instinctively, you drop down, you shelter behind a boulder. You're not sure what that was, but you immediately discover what that was. This is what that was. Standing above you, 2 tall creatures holding wooden spears at the ready. Long, shaggy hair falls all the way down to their waists. Their torsos are human and female. Their faces are a bizarre hybrid of human and goat, and there's 2 stumpy horns on their foreheads. And then their lower bodies are goat-like and hoofed. They are the ones who left the hoof prints. Because there's 2 of them, let's say that's why you thought there was 1 goat. It was 2 pairs of hoofs, right? So maybe you thought it was all left by the same creature. A little embellishment I just decided on. I don't know if that's true. They're holding wooden spears, and have you come across any of these creatures before? We haven't. Probably we could in the cave. We could come across them in the cave, and we haven't. So we're gonna have to go to the paragraph that says we haven't come across them at all. One of the creatures calls out to you. Step forward, puny human. Step forwards where we can see you, you weak-boweled cur, and tell us who gave you permission to pass through the domain of the she-satyrs. Will you do as she asks? Will you draw your weapon and hurl some equally offensive insults back at them? Or will you remain where you are and cast a spell? So these are the spells you have at the ready. You can see them on screen right now. So you can either cast one of these spells, either try to either do as she says and step forward, or do you insult them back and draw your weapon? So Sally, you vote talk to her, but do you mean by talk to her, do you mean that we insult sword fighting? Oh yeah, Shin is all about the insult sword fighting. Sally, make it very clear what you're choosing. Do you mean to do what she says and step forward? As she asks. Okay. You have 2 votes to do as she asks and step forward. Okay. That's what we do. We do as she commanded us to do. Okay, you slowly rise from behind your shelter, behind the rock. You watch. You watch carefully. You apologize for trespassing on their territory, and you tell them that you didn't realize they're claiming this area of Lozamen as theirs. You speak. Their expression starts to change. They look at another in amazement, and then they look back at you. Your tongue is strange, human. Are you not of Kakabad? For never have we heard of the language spoken in such a way. What will your answer be? Will you tell them that you're from Analand, away from the south, or do you think it best not to let them know? Do we let them know we're from Analand, or do we not? Make your choice right now. Tell them whenever we can work with our foe. Okay. 2 votes to let them know that we're from Analand. Cool. "30 seconds are up. Let's let them know that we're from Analand. No problem." Okay, you tell them a little bit about your journey. You're very careful not to reveal the true purpose of what you're here to do. They know you're from Analand. They don't know that you're here because of the Archmage, to get to the fortress for the Crown of Kings. They listen to you. They're enthralled. Apparently, she-satyrs have a strong ambition to visit lands beyond their own, and Analand is very far away. They start asking you questions, and they talk constantly about their own intended journeys. They all have like plans to venture out and to go on their own journeys far away from their home. But their ambitions cannot be fulfilled, as they may breathe only the rarefied air of the high mountains. Oh, they can't breathe when they go down to lower altitudes. That's so sad. To them, you are a source of wonder, and they quiz you endlessly about the places you've visited and the creatures you've met. They lay down their weapons, and the 3 of you talk for some time. Let me put you right in one respect, traveler. Let me put you right in one respect, traveler. You are passing through our domain, it is true, but you are no longer in Lozamen. This is High Zamen. This news is a shock to you. You must be nearer to the fortress than you think. You look towards it, but it is hidden for the present among the clouds. If this news is true, your journey must almost be done. Lost in contemplation, you suddenly realize that the she-satyrs are again throwing questions at you. The larger of the 2 stands up. The larger of the 2, blah, 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 stands up. Where am I? Okay. We would like to know more. Everything of your journey. Please do us the honor of coming with us to our village. Our sisters must hear of your adventures. You consider for a moment. You do not want to waste valuable time in idle chatter, but it is possible that the she-satyrs might be able to provide information about the fortress. Will you accept their invitation, or will you tell them you must make the Mompang fortress by nightfall, so you must continue your journey? So do you go visit their village, Or do you say sorry, but you must keep going to Mampang? Make your choice right now. Let me read Sally's poem, meanwhile. The mountain many secret holds through crevices and dark rock folds. It holds some bears and wolves and bats and fire cats and many rats. The skunk bear bears a face severe and chances people causing fear, but no wild creature as bizarre. No wild creatures as bizarre as jib-jibs with their voices far, reaching, ear-twitching, loud screeching. Nice. To chase away the people, mold, and animals into the cold. Nice. I like that one, Sally. Very nice. It's a long one as well. Okay, so both votes are to visit the village, and yeah, I kind of would have done the same, I think. We want to be nice, and we want more advantages on the way, and to meet new friends, right? So you climb for about 20 minutes. The two she-satyrs pause to allow you to catch up with them. They have goat-like legs, and they're very nimble when they climb around, so you need to, they need to slow down and wait around for you. They're very polite, but you notice a little bit of bemusement in their glances when they look at each other as they're waiting for you. And always when you arrive, when they wait and you arrive, you're always panting. You have to rest a little bit. It's definitely the hoof creatures from before, Sally. That's definitely who these are. Yeah, and then you get to the village. There's a wide ledge on the side of the mountain, and that's the center of the village. Half a dozen other she-satyrs are watching from the entrances to several caves which tunnel into the rock. In the center of the rock, there is the largest cave, towards which your guardians are taking you. As you approach the entrance, two she-satyrs standing at their entry posts step forward. But one of your own escorts, whom you have learned is called Sharja, waves her away. This is a nomad, a world traveler who must see Shuri. The guard allows you to pass, and you enter a large cave which is well lit with torches. A number of smaller caves lead off from the main opening, and from one of these an older looking she-satyr steps out. Will you tell her all she wants to know about your journey and the world outside of Zaman? First choice. Do you tell her about Shimbli, which you may only do if you know yourself who Shimbli is? We didn't choose the far cave, so we don't know who Shimbli is. So we can only have two choices. Do you wait to see what she might ask you, or do you just volunteer all the information about your journeys, about the world outside? Which choice do you take? Cast your votes right now. One vote to seduce already. Seduce the older she-satyr. You're a frog princess. She's a she-satyr. It's love at first sight. Volunteer information. Volunteer and check what we missed with Shimbli. And check. I think, Sally, it's too far gone. It's too far gone to go and check. Okay, let us now volunteer all the information, and let's do it seductively, because there's also a seduce option thrown around there, which I want to fold into what we're doing now. So what you do is you say, hey baby, I can give you some information. I can give you lots of information. Oh God, that's a long paragraph. Oh my Lord. Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna take a deep breath. So you begin your story at Kare, the city port of traps, and you tell her how the guards took you captive. You search for your search for the four spell lines fascinates her, and other she-satyrs sit and listen to your tales. You embellish them with stories of your conquests along the way, especially Flanker the assassin, which you seduced along the Shamutanti hills, and then you met again in Kare, the city port of traps. She's very, very impressed, and it seems that she's very taken with you while you tell your story. they're horrified as you tell of your encounters with the 7 serpents, and they draw breath when you tell them at the death of Tek Kramen, the boatman of Lake Ilklala. And they go like, "Aw," and they're very sad to hear about the death of the boatman and the fact that the serpent replaced him on your way, and you had to fight the serpent that emerged from the corpse of the ferryman. When you're finally tired of telling all your stories, the she-satyrs are just kind of disappointed. "We must not weary our friend," says Shuri. "You explain that you have enjoyed the meeting. You must be on your way towards the fortress." "I cannot understand your wish to visit that place," Shuri continues. "It is a lawless and dangerous keep. It is a wonder that even one so powerful as the Archmage can survive in Mampang. But it is said that he is well protected from the chaotic rabble surrounding him. 4 strong doorways close the way to the inner keep, the Throben doors. None but his most trusted servants may pass through them. If you are planning to visit the Archmage himself, you must beware of the Throben doors, as they are deadly to those who know not of their existence. They appear as heavy double doors, but nothing of their aspect gives any clues as to their real purpose." She has noticed that you're listening intently, and she smiled at you, glad that she's caught your attention. Throben doors. So let's write it down with the clues here. With the clues, the Throben doors. So look, it says here 4 guards watch at the entrance to Mampang. We already have that clue. Let's add 4 Throben doors. Something hidden there? I don't know exactly what that clue means, but they will be deadly if we don't know the doors are there. So there's going to be some hidden doors. Clearly lawful evil. Yeah, clearly it is lawful evil, or at least the Archmage is, or at least it's gonna become now that he has the crown of kings. Yeah. So you stand to leave, and then she motions to one of the other creatures, the other she-satyrs, who rushes off and returns with a spear and a leather bag. And she hands both of them to you. "This is a fine hardwood spear," announces Shuri, "which I believe you will find helpful in your travels. It will be doubly so if you're able to find Kaletus, the holy man, and persuade him to bless it. If you discover Kaletus's whereabouts, you may summon him thus." She cups her hands to her mouth and makes a whistling sound. "If at some time in the future you think you know where the holy man is, repeat this sound by deducting 30 from the number of the reference you are on and turning to this new reference. If Kaletus is there, he will appear to you." Let's write that down as well. We have a lot of hints we need to remember. To summon Kaletus, the holy man, deduct 30. Wow. That's a lot of things to remember. Shuri continues, "Kaletus will persuade you not to try to reach the fortress, as he curses its evil. Tell him you are planning to destroy it, and he will agree to help. Also, in this bag there are some things that may help you, but our possessions are few. We must ask that you exchange anything that you want for something that of your own. Within the bag are several items which may be of use. If you're playing as a warrior, turn to 564. If you're playing as a wizard, turn to 435. So we are now... Oh, what happened when we mentioned... I think I should... I just want to keep going, Sally. I'm sorry. I just want to keep going and see what happens. We're playing as a wizard. No choices yet. Let's go... blah, blah, blah. Okay. You look inside the bag. Your eyes widen. There are several artifacts waiting for you for use with your spells. You may take as many or as few of these artifacts as you want, but for each, you must leave behind one item from your equipment list. Not food or gold, only one of the other items you have. Inside the bag, you find... Okay, let's show you which items we have. So you just write down in chat which ones you want us to take. These are 7 items here. I'm going to read them out, and I'm going to play the music, and you tell me which ones you want us to take. So there is a potion of fire water, there is a sun jewel, there is a pearl ring, there is a pair of nose plugs, there is a brass pendulum, there is an orb of crystal, and there's orange powder. Yeah, but Sally, our large backpack doesn't. It's not relevant for this because it's not that we don't have room in our bag. It's that they're asking for us to trade. They want to trade one for one. But we have a lot of extra stuff. We have a lot of redundant spell components. So just say which of these 7s you want. Actually, we can use most of these. It's true, it does say so. I wonder what that means. Does it mean we just take all of these? I don't think it means that. They're asking us to trade, and we're gonna leave the poor creatures with nothing if we just take all seven things. I think we're gonna keep the rule here, and we're gonna just take one for one. So Sally and everyone else, just go ahead and tell me what you want. What you want to take. Sun Jewel, Ring, Pendulum. Cool. 3 things. Any other suggestions? Anyone else here wants to say what you want to take from this list? No other votes, no other suggestions. So this is gonna be also crystal or potion. So your choice, Sally. I think you're the only one participating in this vote. So make sure you choose which one of these you want to take, and I'm gonna mark which ones we're gonna throw away. So first of all, I think we're going to throw away. Oh, we have nose plugs already. Yeah, we have Pebbles, Crystal Orb, Chakram, Ornate Galehorn, Silver Ring in the shape of a serpent, Green Leaves with 6 lobes. So we have 3 times Stone Dust. We're gonna give away one of the Stone Dust. Okay, that's 1 item. So we have 2 helpings of Stone Dust left. Two charges. We're gonna give away some of the teeth, like the bag of teeth. The giant tooth is very useful, so I don't want to give away the giant's tooth. We're gonna keep the giant's tooth. A locket of small woman portrait, I think, is a candidate for giving away. We have a vial of glue and a jar of glue. We have glue twice. We can maybe want to give away one of them. Snake bite antidote. We're past the 7 serpents, so maybe we don't need the snake bite antidote. Okay. I think. Oh, let's write down the spear. Spear. Hardwood spear that we just got. We also got a parchment with unknown language. Notice that we have 2 of them already. Parchment with identified writing and parchment with unknown language. I think we give the previous unidentified parchment. Yeah, okay. So we're going to give the parchment with unidentified writing, which probably was useful in a previous book. No? No? We don't give away parchment, give glue. Okay, let's give away a vial of glue. Let's do 2 times parchment with unknown language because we have 2 of them. 1 stone dust, 1 glue. Let's give away feathers from a yellow bird. How about feathers from a yellow bird and a handful of leathery green leaves with 6 lobes? I think the green leaves we can give away. The green leaves we don't need. That's 3 things. That's 3 things. So we took. You wanted to take the sun jewel, ring, and pendulum, and also the potion. Yeah, I think so too. What else? Last thing, Sally. Choose the last thing that we give away for the potion. Anything that we want to give away. Torch. Okay, let's give away the torch. Cool. So now we take the following. Another 1 stone dust. Oh, okay, so just stay with 1 stone dust. Cool. And now we take 4 things. 4 things, which are a potion of fire water, sun jewel, a ring, and pendulum. Sun jewel, pearl ring, sun jewel, pearl ring. Remove all this. Roll 20 is hard, man. Hard. Okay, sun jewel, pearl ring, and we also have a pendulum, a brass pendulum. Cool. That's a lot of treasures. Cool. We made some good choices, folks. Cool. And we kept all our teeth. We did. We did. We're a healthy frog princess. We can now continue on our way. Yeah, Shin and Furq, where are you? Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, you then leave the village. That's it. You're out. The trail continues to climb upwards into the mountains. In the distance, the dark shape of the Mampank fortress is becoming larger by the hour. You will certainly reach its gates by nightfall. You come to a little sheltered alcove where you may rest and take provisions if you want. If you have no provisions or do not wish to stop, turn to 539. So we're not wounded and it's not night yet, so we don't have to eat. So let's not eat and keep going. You follow the path. It takes you downhill for a short distance. You're going downhill a little bit. Furq was staying out of the vote. Legitimate. Perfectly fine. Furq, you weren't in the previous session, so we kind of, through trial and lots of error, we found what some of these spells do and what some of the components are. I have a rule. Regular rule. Yeah, the sound jewel is for the light spell. It's for the spell that gives light, which I think the spell that gives light is... Ah, shit, I forgot. What's the light spell? Don't remember. Sun. Oh, sun. Sun is the light spell. It gives a flash of light, and you need a sun jewel. Fire water is also a component of something. I don't remember what. Brass pendulum also should be a component for something. Anyway, we don't remember at least half of these spells and what the components are. But remember some. Okay. So, yeah, you keep going. You go downhill for a short distance, then across a rocky plateau. It disappears around a corner. The path disappears around a corner, and you follow it through a short tunnel in the rock. When you come out of the other side of the tunnel, you can see 2 ways onwards. Again, there's a fork in the road. There's a trail. The trail itself keeps straight ahead. You can follow it and just go on the trail. But there's another choice to your left. There's another short trail that leads down to a ledge. The ledge faces another similar ledge across a narrow crevasse. It's just too wide to safely jump across. But there is another way of crossing. A length of rope is hanging down above a ledge from a rock. Presumably, this is for foot travelers such as yourself to swing across. Okay, so you just keep going down the trail you're on, or do you go to the crevasse and investigate what's going on there? It's just an investigation for now. You're not committing to any specific action. So do we keep going this, or do we investigate the crevasse? Make your choices. Check the rope. 1 vote. Okay, so 2 votes to investigate. Any more votes? Okay, so 2 votes to check it out. Let's see what happens when we investigate. I'm so worried, man. After the last 2 books, oh god, the 7 Serpents was deadly. Okay, So you pull down on the rope. It seems to be strong enough to take your weight. You may either swing across the crevasse or cast a spell. Ooh, look at that. You can cast a spell. Look at these spells. So there's Pep, How, Dock, Kin, or Huff. Let's look at the spells we know. We know some of these spells, what they do already. These are the spells. Huff is a puff of air. It's a you use your gale horn and you make you blow out some like a blast of air. Kin makes an illusion, like a duplicate of your opponent. It makes a duplicate of your opponent and then fights him or something. Dock is a healing spell. Dock is a healing spell. How? I don't know what How does. Maybe it gives you advice. No, but advice was sus, or maybe How. Maybe How was the advice, and sus was like the senses, seeing things, and How is the advice. And then Pep. Does Pep even exist? Does Pep exist? Huh. Don't know. Okay, make your choice. 2 votes already. Anyone else wants to vote? I'm not going to bother with the music now because it took me a little while to realize which spell is which. I'm still looking for Pep. Oh yeah, there is Pep. Yeah, so all these spells exist. None of them are a trap, but I don't know. Yeah, 2 votes for Huff means we're going to try Huff. Let's do it. Huff is 724. Deduct 1 stamina point. Do you have a gale horn with you? We do have a gale horn, as you can see right up there in the middle of the first column. Ornate gale horn. We have a gale horn. Blah blah blah. You may cast your spell and blow through it. A tremendous blast breaks from the instrument and catches the rope. It blows out across the crevasse. When the blast ceases, the rope swings back toward you. It seems safe enough. Do you want to try swinging across the rope, or will you instead continue down the path? Oh, it did nothing. The spell did nothing. It just blew the rope. I was kind of expecting you to hold the rope, and then you blow air, and you propel yourself across, right? That's what I thought. I thought that's what it would be, but it didn't do that. So we just lost a stamina point for nothing. For absolutely nothing. Okay. Yeah, Sally had the same idea. Yeah, I know. That's what we thought. Okay, so Sally and Furky want to swing. Let's swing. Let's swing across the crevasse and see what happens. Okay. You grab the rope firmly, and you once again check that it is well fastened to the rock above. You take a few steps backwards to get a good run at the crevasse. You swing across, you run forwards, you leap from the ledge, and then it's all over in an instant. Even though you tested the rope thoroughly, it was not as safe as it appeared. This shortcut to the Mampang Fortress was a trap designed to catch unwanted intruders, such as yourself. In midair, the rope begins to stretch quickly so that when you arrive at the other side, you are not at the height to land on the ledge. Instead, you slam into the rocky mountainside with such force that you immediately knock yourself out. You fall deep into the crevasse. Your fall deep into the crevasse has killed you, but at least you were not conscious when your death came. Okay, sure. Why not? Let's go back. Let's go back and just say that we gave up and we're just going to go down the path. Oh, God. We're just not going to go. Sally, remember, I started saying that. Furkio, I started saying that before. I have a blanket rule. I do not ask where your information comes from. If you have the book, of spell book or the actual book, whatever, I don't care. I don't ask, don't tell is my policy. You just say where you want to go, what your choice is, what you're choosing right now, and this is going to be your vote. Yeah, we just keep going. Oh, Sally wants to know how gives safest option. Do we want to go back and check? No, let's not go back and check it. This one, it's a trap. We now know it's a trap. We learned it the hard way. Okay, so we just keep going. You keep going behind a large boulder. You continue alongside along the trail. And you're a little concerned about the fact that it's now leading you round the side of the mountain, concealing the fortress. There's a crevasse preventing you from heading on towards Mampang. Another one. You must find some way across it. A short while further on, you find what may be your answer, a wooden bridge spanning the two sides of the crevasse. Are you going to try crossing the bridge, or are you going to continue along the trail? Do you cross the bridge, or do you continue along the trail? Make your choice now. Two votes to continue along the trail. Cool. Sure, we're gonna continue going down the trail and see what happens. So you're continuing along the side of the mountain, around the side of the mountain. You walk for another 10 minutes or so, and then your hopes sink as you see that a rock fall has covered the trail between two great boulders. Oh, the way ahead is blocked. There's two big boulders and the trail between them is covered with rocks. The trail is blocked. You may be able to climb over the rock fall, and if you try to do so, you can go to 228. On the other hand, you can turn back and try one of the other ways, the swing rope or the wooden bridge. So now we have a three option choice. Going back to the swing rope, going back to the wooden bridge, or climbing on top of this pile of rocks. Make your choice now. Sally, you can get your wishes and to go back and cast one of the other spells if you want to. Okay, one vote bridge. Vote back to the wooden bridge. Climb, one vote climb. Okay. Alright, so we have a tie between go to the bridge and climb the rocks. I think I'm going to choose the wooden bridge. I think this is something that I'm more interested in right now. So we're going to go back to the wooden bridge, which is 59. Blah, blah, blah. Crossing the bridge. Already been here. Cool. So the wooden bridge seems to be quite strong. You're not, you don't trust appearances. From a lot of hurt you've you've been through during this journey from illusions and the like. So you've learned your lesson. You're not going to risk the bridge without first testing it carefully. So you put a foot on it, then you hold weight. You hold tightly onto the rope handrail. Your weight is taken on by the wooden links of the bridge. And then suddenly a strange sound seems to come from it. Ooh! There's like a soft moan. You jump back on the ground. What was that? You're not sure. As soon as you step off the bridge, the noise ceases. Again, you try to step on the bridge. Again, the groan and the moan comes back. You try a few steps towards the middle. The sound becomes a little bit disturbing. Ooh, ah, ooh. The moaning is somewhat unnerving. The bridge itself seems to be sturdy and strong. It seems to be able to take your weight. It just moans while you're walking on it. Is it enjoying itself? I don't know. So basically, your choices are you going to try crossing the bridge, or do you want to go with one of the other options? So either the bridge, the rope, the swinging rope, or the climbing the rocks. Make your choice again with the new information. Bridge and climb rocks. So again, there's one vote each. mean, we've already encountered one thing that was supposed to scare us with like yelling and the howling, and it was harmless. So maybe it's like a theme of this book. We're gonna try to cross it. I'm the tiebreaker. I decide I want to try to cross the bridge. I don't like turning back too much. Although they really want us to be like super sure that we want to do any of these things. Swing across, climb the bridge, or climb the rope or cross the bridge. You step onto the bridge. Yeah, at worst, right? We just die and go back. Again, there's a groaning sound. It follows your footsteps, but now you're used to it, and the sound is quite amusing. In fact, the humor of the situation is a welcome relief to the anxiety you would be feeling if you were crossing the bridge and looking down into the chasm. But in the next second, you are looking down into the chasm and watching it come racing towards you, for the rope bridge of groans has disappeared completely. Not a trace of it remains, leaving you flying downwards through the air to your death. You will never know the true secret of the groaning bridge. Your last memory will be the sound of the groaning, which has now turned into a fate-mocking laughter way above you. My lord, this is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. I do not approve. I do not approve of what's happening in this book. I mean, yeah, no options there. At least we can cast some spells. I guess like Hal would have given us the advice of not to swing, right? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. This book, this goddamn book, all these books, they seem to have it in for us. And I mean, this makes sense, right? It should be difficult. But this just seems unfair. My lord. Jesus. So we're just gonna go climb the rocks. Furq, you were right all along. We just needed to climb the rocks. We climb the rocks. 257. Let's find the paragraph. Blah, 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 read to blah, blah, climb. Okay, 228. Let's start climbing. Okay. Bridges are just awful. Bridges are never a good idea. Okay. All right. New clue. Never cross a bridge. You scramble up the rock pile to view what lies ahead. On your way up, your foot slips. You twist your ankle and you must lose one stamina point. This is a welcome option, by the way, a welcome result. Just losing one stamina means it's not insta-death, right? That's what it means. They're not going to say lose one stamina and then die. No, they're going to say lose one stamina and then do more stuff. So, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. On the other side of the rockfall is an even more welcome sight than you had hoped for. The landslip has occurred at a point where the crevasse had become narrower, and the fallen rocks now form a sturdy bridge towards Mampang. A sturdy bridge, Furq, towards Mampang. You scramble across to the other side of the crevasse without incident. You're now in Mampang itself and are very close to your goal. Okay, so you don't even get the choice. You just cross the bridge made by the falling rocks, and you're now in Mampang. Cool. Nice. Nicely done, book. Very nicely done. All right. Lord. Incredible. You follow the path along the crevasse. And you're on the fortress side. You've crossed the crevasse. You're on the side of the fortress. You just need to make your way to the front door. There's a rumbling noise. And you stop in your track, you try to look around, there's nothing in front of you and nothing behind, but your blood chills as you look up to your right. From somewhere on high up, further up the mountain, stones are breaking loose. You're directly beneath an imminent landslide. You will have to decide quickly what to do. Sally's TLDRing the last part of the book that we went through. There's a landslide above you. It's falling on your head. You'll have to decide quickly what to do. You can rush ahead and try to beat the landslide, or you can leap across the crevasse to your left again to return to the original trail, or you can cast a spell. All right. Let me show you the spells we have at our disposal. Okay, so try to run really quickly. Try to leap back across the crevasse to the first side, to the back, like where we came from, or to cast one of these spells: nip, huff, zip, wall, or rock. So some of these we already know what they do. Zip is a short-range teleport, but you need to have a jade ring, which I think we don't have. We don't have a jade ring, right? We don't have a jade ring. So we can cast Zip. Huff makes blows out a jet of air, which may be useful. Wall is a wall of force, but it costs 4 stamina, right? It's one of the big 6, right? So it's one of the big 6 spells, and it costs 4 stamina. And Rock, what is Rock? I don't remember. I don't remember what Rock does. And Nif, also I don't remember what Nif does. Is Nif even for real? Does Nif even exist? Yeah, Nif does exist. Okay, so cast your votes now. One of these spells, or run, or jump back across the crevasse. Nip. It's Nif. It's not Nip. It's Nif right now. There's both Nip and Nif. That's true. There's both of them. Wall. Okay, you choose the safe and expensive option, which is definitely completely valid. Let's just do that. Let's pay the 4 stamina and just make a goddamn wall above our head. Wall to block the rocks. Yeah, it sounds reasonable, right? Sounds reasonable. Then again, what sounds reasonable not always is. Okay. You cast your spell, it costs 4 stamina, you create an invisible barrier along the side of the trail, and the falling rocks smash into it and pile up behind the wall. Your creation shudders, the weight kind of builds up on the wall and starts shaking and shuddering. An orange powder? We do have an orange powder. Yeah, oh, we didn't take an orange powder? No, we didn't. Yeah, that's right, we didn't take an orange powder. What is that for, Sally? What is the orange powder for? Tell us what it's for when you have the time. So yeah, the wall shakes, but it holds. And you run quickly before the spell wears off. You pass the landslide safely. The wall breaks apart, and the rocks crash through it after you're already gone. And further along the trail, you come across to a wide crack in the rock, which is spanned by a narrow bridge. Again, a bridge, a goddamn bridge. Okay, so we lost 4 stamina. We made it through this challenge. We're down to 12, people. 12. Remember, we have one prayer. The speed spell, which is Nip. Is it a Nip with a P, the speed spell? Or Nif with an F? 12 is fine, yeah. I'll remind you, Sally, and tell you, Furq, just so you know that we have one prayer to our goddess Libra. The goddess Libra grants us 1 healing during this adventure. We can just decide whenever we want to pray for Libra, and we'll be healed up to our initial skill, stamina, and luck. It's all going to go back to the initial values. So if we get wounded and we lose some points in skill or luck or stamina, and stamina goes very low, we're going to die, we can just heal up for free 1 time. But it's going to use up our healing, and it means we can use it to get out of a tight spot. If the story lets us use the prayer to get out of a tight spot, we are not going to be able to use it later on, right? Okay, cool. So let's go to 411. The bridge is solid and barely responds to your weight as you cross over. Notice, for Q, this one, again, doesn't even give us an option not to cross on the bridge. So maybe not all bridges are awful. Maybe not all bridges are traps. Or maybe only those bridges which the story asks you again and again if you want to cross are the ones who are traps. You cross the bridge, you pick up the path. It leads you south round the rim of the mountain. The fortress itself is set on the inside of a volcano-like peak. Inside the rim is a flat plateau which forms an ideal base for the stronghold. Defense is made easy by the surrounding rock. There is only one pass through the fortress. All you have to do is find it. You presume that the trail leads towards the pass, and you follow it around. The sky is darkening now. The sun is starting to set. It's been a long, tiring day. Ahead, you see what you were looking for. The path widens and turns into the rock. You creep forwards cautiously. The path is doubtless defended by guards. With each step, you can see a little further round into the inner plateau. When you stand directly in front of the pass, your jaw drops in awe. The Mampang Fortress. Spellbound by its presence, your eyes follow its lines. Gnarled spires twist upwards towards the sky as if in agonizing prayers to the heavens. Sharp angles and jagged points protrude everywhere. Demonic gargoyles line the outside walls. The sight is enough to break the courage of many a brave soldier, and its effect on you is similar. Deduct 1 point until you are inside the fortress. Oh, as long as we're outside the fortress and we can see it, we're gonna fight as if we have only 8 skill instead of 9. You quickly snap out of your trance and plan your approach. There may be guards in the pass, but you cannot see any. Ooh, we've had some hints about that. Standing in the open as you are, anyone inside could certainly see you. Will you creep forward cautiously, looking out for guards, or will you run to get through the pass before you are spotted? So do we run really quickly, or do we look out and creep cautiously? I will remind you of the first hint we got about the fortress. 4 guards watch the entrance to Mampang. So we know of guards. We also know of 4 Throbin doors. So now you need to choose whether we just hope there's no guards and we rush forward, or do we creep cautiously. Make your choice right now. One vote, creep forward. Of course, both of you choose to creep forward because that's what we were told to do. Yes. Okay. So, yeah, we creep forward cautiously because you have flat, soft frog feet. And on your frog feet, you're able to go cautiously and silently on the floor. You watch both sides of the pass as you approach, keeping your eyes peeled for signs of life. And it's like frog eyes, which are wide and to both sides of your face. So you have very good peripheral vision as a frog princess, a frog warrior princess. You stop when you hear a rasping noise ahead. Slumped on the floor on the right-hand side of the passage are 2 heavily armored guards. They're not moving and appear to be asleep. One of them is gripping an upturned wine flagon in its hand, and its contents are seeping out. They're drunk. You may try to creep past them. Test your luck. If you're lucky, turn to 342. If you're unlucky, turn to 264. Furq you, in case you didn't know, testing your luck means rolling 2 6-sided dice, adding up the numbers, and getting a result between 2 and 12, and then comparing that to your luck score. If it's equal or lower than your luck, then you have succeeded. Because our luck is right now a 14, a staggering 14, testing our luck is an auto success. Let's roll just for procedure, for protocol, but we roll a 7. 7 is equal or less than 14, so we made it. However, whenever we test our luck goes down by 1 point. So now it's down to 13. So your luck slowly, gradually runs out whenever you test your luck. So that's an important thing to remember. Your luck is an expendable resource that can help you. You can also use your luck in a fight. Usually I choose to do that. You can remind me that we can use our luck. It is a very lucky character. Yeah, we have a 14. And in fact, we have a lucky talisman, which means we treat our luck as 1 higher than it actually is. So actually we start from an initial luck of a 14 that's treated as if it's a 15. And then it slowly goes down. Only when it goes down below 12 is there even a remote chance of us failing a luck test. So yeah, we're very lucky right now. We just made it automatically with no test necessary. And we are lucky, so we're going to go to 342. We're safely inside. Safely inside, you consider your best plan. Night is coming and you're feeling tired. You had better find a sheltered spot to bed down for the night and get some rest. You explore the inside rim of the mountain and find a suitable small cave which appears to be empty. Oh, so we're still not in the fortress. We're just seeing the fortress in the, like, further into the plateau. We'll still need to cross the terrain, right? There's still some way to go. we started high. We started from 12, Sally. We started from 12. We got 2 bumps up to 14, and we got the lucky talisman. So there were 3 lucky events that we got along the way, which is quite a lot. But we started from 12, which is the maximum to begin with. We rolled 6 on the die, and we started from 12. That was a very, very lucky roll. Yeah. So now we're gonna shelter from the night. For the night, we eat provisions here before you get some sleep. You can eat. You can get 2 stamina points if it's your first meal of the day. We're gonna eat anyway because it's our last chance to eat, and also we're on 12 stamina, which means we can use it to get back up to 14. We're down to 1 provision remaining. We need to get some more food. We need to buy some more food whenever we can. And we settle down to sleep. Your dreams that night are vivid and frightening. Perhaps this is the influence of Mampang. Several times you awaken in a cold sweat, and you toss and turn constantly. Are you still faithful to your goddess Libra? Oh my god, remember we could have been converted to worship Slang. We could have been, this is where it matters. We could have been converted on the way, but we answered the riddle correctly, and the priest didn't get to convert us to Slang. So we're still worshiping Libra. Yeah, we are still worshiping Libra. We're going to 439, which is the better choice probably. And then there's one calming dream that interrupts the nightmares. The reassuring face of Libra, your goddess, appears and speaks softly. My loyal devotee, the end of your arduous journey is in sight. The dangers you will face within the Mampang fortress are many, but you have so far proven a worthy choice for this mission. I have watched your progress with interest, and at times with fear for your life. But at each stage of the journey, you have been successful. And with little help from me. I mean, we prayed every time. We cannot use Libra's power inside. Oh, we can't use inside the fortress? Let's see. I bring you this final message. It may be the last help I can give you, for the netherworld deities which oversee Mampang are powerful enough to keep even me out of its stronghold. Exactly what you were saying, Sally. Yes, Libra's influence cannot go into Mampang. If you would know the truth, I am in some danger even as we speak. I cannot help you while you are inside the fortress. Wow, okay. Because the netherworld gods protect Mampang, little is known of its secrets. But I will tell you this. A generation ago, another of my followers escaped from the fortress through a secret passage. He had discovered the password which would open its hidden door. I will whisper this to you. She speaks a word softly in your ear. If you wish to use this password at some time during your adventure, deduct 92 from the reference you're on at the time when you wish to use it, and turn to this new reference. If you're using it correctly, the new reference will make sense and take you through the secret door. Wow. Jesus. That's amazing. Use prayer before you enter the fortress right now. Yeah, I think we should pray right now. Even though, I mean, does it count? Because I think we should. Oh, actually, she told us in the fortress. She can't help us in the fortress. Let's pray before we enter the fortress. We're not in the fortress yet. Yeah, we should keep the prayer still while we're outside. Let's use the prayer a second before we get into the fortress. That's what we should do. So now we're still not going to use it yet. Let's write down for the secret door. Secret door. Deduct 92. Hey. Whew. Getting long and difficult to remember. It's a lot of hints. Okay, did you spend last night in the cave with the hoof prints outside? If so, to 147. If you did not, turn to 113. Let's check, Sally, for your curiosity's sake. Let's see what happens. Oh no, okay. That would be bad. If we went into the cave of the if we went into the cave with the hoof prints, we would meet another she-satyr, and probably the she-satyrs in the village would probably like us better or tell us something or maybe give us help, I think. But now, if you did spend the night there, Libra would tell you in the dream that you have contracted a disease. So we don't have a disease because we didn't go into the far cave. So that's actually a good thing. Okay, let's keep going. All right. All right. The dawn has not quite broken when you rise to continue your journey. You have not yet formulated your plans for entering the fortress, but you are sure it will not be easy. You may add 2 stamina points for last night's rest, but if you ate nothing yesterday, you must deduct 3 stamina points. So let's add 2 stamina because we slept. And we don't deduct because we did eat, so that was good. You pack your things and set off for the gate. The huge wooden gate towers above you as you approach. Happened once or twice before, so many diseases. Yeah, we got sick once. We got sick once, and that was pretty bad, but then we lucked out on the healing fountain, the healing springs right after. That was back in the hills. There's a huge wooden gate towering above you as you approach. You're apprehensive about being spotted, but until the sun rises, this would be highly unlikely. The sun hasn't yet risen, you're still in relative darkness. There is a silhouetted outline of the fortress against the early morning sky. It's a haunting image, and you feel puny and helpless, even though you're the mighty hero of Analand. Just because it's so big and foreboding. You step up to a small door set into the gate. Okay, so we pray now. We pray now because now we're up to the fortress. We're going to be in it in a second. I'm going to say this is our last chance, and this is when we pray back up to 14 luck and 18 stamina. And yeah, we keep going. Blah, blah, blah. Step up to a small door set into the gate. Will you knock on the door, knowing this will attract the guards? Or will you cast a spell? What is one to become the Heron of Alan? I don't know. It didn't say why we were chosen. I think we've kind of gathered that we are a pretty capable warrior princess. We have a chakram we can use in fights. And we have a sword, wand, pogo stick, and this cool blue cloak we're wearing. You can see it here, and the green hat, the shape of a clover, which signifies our great luck. We're very lucky. So I think these are the attributes we've had, and probably some of them we got from schooling when we were young, and some of them we got from experience out in the rough, in the wilds, just having some adventures, you know. So I don't know. We don't have all the backstory of Mrs. Daisy McGilligolly. We don't even know anything about her husband yet. Okay, so this is our options. These are our spells: Mud, Dop, Zen, Yap, and Yaz. These are our 5 options. Or do we knock on the door? Let's start the music. I will remind you that I know that Mud turns the ground into mud. Dop is door open. It unlocks a door. So it's very relevant here. Zen, I don't know what Zen does. Yap is talking, understanding different languages. And Yaz, what is Yaz? I don't know. Does Yaz exist? Yeah, Yaz does exist. Knock, use Dop. Zen is flight. Cool. So yeah, we have 1 vote to Dop and 2nd vote to Knock. So because there's a tie, again, I'm going to be the tiebreaker, and I'm going to choose the spell. I'm going to choose the spell because I think it's probably going to be more conducive to entering secretly, you know, to entering without anyone noticing. So let's try casting Door Open. Turn this off. 2 stamina points. You cast your spell on the gate, and you wait for the door to open. Nothing happens. Your spell is not powerful enough to open the entrance to the Mampang Fortress. Oh my lord. It's just not powerful enough. It's just not strong enough, man. That's just it. That's yeah. So sad. Okay. I don't know. Wait, what? Four? Okay, that's weird. Because first of all, we need to take off 2 stamina for nothing, for being trapped. This is a cheat. They lied to us. They did lie to us. Yes, they did. They are cheaters. Steve Jackson is a cheater and a liar. 304 is kind of a weird text because it's the one you should go to when you choose to knock. Furq's choice from before, which is what they tell you to do when your spell fails. You consider how you may be able to gain entrance to the fortress. There are a number of bushes scattered around which you could hide behind if the guards could be enticed out. There is also another possible plan. Above the small door is a thick metal band on the gate. You decide quickly. You will rap on the door and perch up on the metal band. When the guard comes out, you will drop down and nip through the door. It could work. You try out the perch. It will take some strength to support yourself while waiting for the guard, but you may be able to do it. You position yourself and then thump on the door with your foot. Seconds later, the door opens. You actually jump up because you have frog legs. You can just jump up on the band. It's very easy to climb. So it doesn't take any strength. Yeah, you rap with your foot. The door opens. A spiked helmet pokes out below you, and a dark, hairy face grunts. This is the illustration for where you're at right now. A dark, hairy face. The guard is surprised at finding no one about. He opens the door wider and steps outside. Should you drop on him and attack? No, this is probably not a good idea, as the guard looks to be a powerful creature. Okay, the book decides for you, you're not going to jump down and attack. The wind rustles one of the bushes, and the guard goes over to investigate. He growls something loudly and looks around, but he hasn't seen you yet. Will you drop from your perch and nip inside the door, or will you wait to see what the guard does? These are the options. Do you wait, or do you just jump down and run? Before you choose, I will remind you again. We got a hint that there are 4 guards. 4 guards watching the entrance, and we only saw 3 up till now. Make your choices right now. Two votes to wait. Any more votes? Anyone else up and about? Okay, there's 2 votes to wait, so we're gonna wait, which is the wise choice. Probably. The guard beats the bushes with a sword, looking for some clue to what knocked on the door. He finds nothing, but the commotion has attracted the attention of another guard, and a second creature appears through the door. The 2 grunt at each other and they look into the distance. Now is your chance. Will you drop quietly to the ground and step through the doorway, or will you wait to see whether any more guards appear? Okay, do we drop now, or do we wait to see any more guards? Make your choice. This is kind of funny and fun. We got hints. We can play smartly. Drop and wait. Furq wants to wait. Sally wants to drop. Okay, I think we drop. Right now. Yeah, we met 2 drunk ones before. These are 2 guards right here. I think we've seen the 4. And this is what I'm gonna go with. This is my decision as a tiebreaker. You drop to the ground as quietly as possible and turn to step inside the door. You jump with fright as you find yourself face to face with a guard in heavy armor. Oh no! Oh Jesus! No, there's 4 guards. Oh Jesus! Furq, you were right. Again. We were bamboozled by the book. The devious book. This is awful. Oh, this is terrible. Oh my God. My Lord. Okay. Let's lose some stamina, man. Let's just lose a little bit of resources. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it said that they guard the entrance to Mampang. I thought the tunnel was part of the entrance. This is awful. I'm not going to cheat this time. I'm not going to cheat in this situation yet. We cheat when we die. We don't cheat otherwise. We cheat when we die and nothing else. And by the way, I don't count the last two as cheating. When we swing on the rope or we cross the bridge and we fall, this is a shitty insta-death that I hate. I don't count that as cheating. I just count it as starting again, making all the same choices again, and getting the same point of the story. Just saving all the time of making all the choices again. So this is basically what we did. We didn't cheat. We just made all the choices again and played through all the part of the book we already did. Okay? That's basically what we did. Okay, so these are spells or fighting. These are your options again, like it usually is. You can turn to 40 if you attack them, or you can cast one of these spells at the top right, the very top right of the book. So there's Walk, which creates a shield and weights a gold coin. Dumb makes them slow, I think. Fog is making a lot of fog around you. Tell is telepathy. I think tell is telepathy. And dim. What is dim? Dumb makes them clumsy. Dumb makes them clumsy, and dim makes them slow. No, dawes makes a creature slow. So I don't know. I don't know what some of these spells do. Cast your choice right now. I don't even remember what dim does. Dim creates maybe a darkness. I don't know. So one vote walk for a shield, and one vote fog to create fog. Both of those make sense. There's no gum. There's dumb. D-U-M. It's D-U-M. Yeah. Okay, so one vote fog, one vote walk. So, are we inside the fortress or not? I need a ruling. Are we inside the fortress? Because we're fighting with one less skill when we're inside the fortress. We're going to be a less capable fighter. What do you say, Q and Sally? Are we technically inside the fortress now or not? Because we're right at the door. This is going to influence the decision if we're inside the door or not. We are inside. Sally is a more merciful DM, saying we are inside the fortress. Furky, what about you? What do you say? Not sure. Okay, so Furky abstains from this vote, which is legitimate. I'm gonna go with Sally and say that we're inside. We just take one froggy step inside the fortress and inside the door, and now we're not fighting with a disadvantage in our skill, and we cast Walk. Walk is our choice. I'm gonna go with Furky's choice this time because I wanna fight and want to see how well we fight with the walk. So we deduct one stamina point. Do we have a gold coin? You do. Blah blah blah. You spend a gold coin, you place it on your wrist, you cast a spell, and there's an invisible shield around your arm. And now you go to paragraph 40, and you fight the guards. Now when they fight you, they have 2 less attack strength when they fight you. So yeah, they have less attack strength, and you fight at 9 skill, which is nice. It's higher than before. Let's see what skill they have. Okay. Cool. First and second guard have 6 and 7 skill. Third and fourth guard have 7 and 8 skill. So we have more. Yaz, it's too late, Sally. Too late. We didn't choose that. We chose walk, and we're gonna fight the guards one after the other. The first pair moves into fight. You may choose which guard to attack each attack round. Fight your chosen opponent as normal, but also roll for the attack strength of the other guard. If his attack strength is higher than yours, he will inflict a normal wound on you. Oh, so you're fighting 1-on-2. 1-on-2, that's difficult. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we can only attack one of them each round, but both of us attack us. And then they get replaced with the other guards. So this is the... we have 7, 8, 8, 7. 7, 7, 6, 7. Okay, so they all have 7 or 8 stamina. Yeah, this is gonna be tough, but we're gonna use some luck. We're gonna use some luck here to inflict heavier wounds for sure, because I want to be able to get out of this fight with as much stamina as possible. So let's start fighting. And remember what we found out: we need to roll for the opponents first, because otherwise we get very, very unlucky. So we roll for the first guard first. First guard is 7 skill. 7 skill. They roll a 6. So they get a 13 total, but -2 because of our walk spell, so it's 11. They fight with 11, which is very low. Second guard rolls an 8 plus their 6. It's a 14. -2 is a 12. They have 11 and 12. We fight the first guard. We roll a 12. Excellent. So we spend a point of luck. We test our luck, which is an auto success, and we deal a 4 stamina wound to the first guard with a 7 skill, which means they go down from 7 to 3. Usually a wound is 2 stamina. This time it's 4, because when you test your luck, you can inflict a heavier wound, or if you get unlucky, you inflict a lesser wound. So we half killed the first guard. Let's have another attack round. First guard attacks with a 9. That's a total of 14. Second guard with an 8, a total of 12 again. So 14 and 12, we attack with a 4, which is a 13. Oh no! We got hit by the first guard, down to a 14. I'm not going to spend any luck on that. Another round, we attack the first guard again. 8 for them. 8 for them is a total of 13, right? Yeah, 13. And 11 for the second guard, which is awful. It's a total of 15. 15. So 13 and 15. We got an 8. An 8 is 17. Great. 17 is higher than both of them. We spend another point of luck on an auto success, on a luck test, and we killed. We dispatched the first guard with a 7 skill. We're now against a guard with a 6 skill, and a new guard joining in with 7 skill again. 7 skill and 8 stamina. So we're going to attack the stronger guard again. We're fighting the stronger guard, just to dispatch the stronger one more quickly. So 7 skill guard attacks with a 9, so that's a total of a 15. Second guard, a 15 again. 2 15s, and we rolled a, oh shit, a 12. We got wounded twice. That's a 10. That's a 10. Like 4 stamina lost. That's 10 stamina left. God. First guard attacks. 6 is a total of 11. Very good. And 11, that's very bad. 11 plus 6 minus 2 is a total of 15. That's 11 and 15. We roll an 11. Good, good. We deflected the other one, and we spend another point of luck to hit this one. Good, good. So he's now half dead as well, like his friend before. Another combat round. Rolls a 7 and a 6, and we roll a 9. Good. We rolled more than both of them. And we spend another point of luck. This is still an auto success, because 11 is like a 12 with a lucky talisman. Now that we're down to 10, this is only now, starting now, we have even a chance of not making it in a luck test. So we dispatched the second guard. Now the third guard comes, the fourth guard comes along, and this one has 8 skill. We're fighting on with 9. They have 8. So we're starting to be like more evenly matched here. So now 8 skilled guard attacks with a 6. 6 skilled guard attacks with 5. That's nothing. And we attack with a 7. Good. We have more. Do we make another luck test? Do not use more luck, Sally says. I don't know. If we don't use more luck, we need to hit this guard 4 times. 4 times. I want to use more luck. Let's make this a choice. This is now going to be a choice for you, a vote. Cast your vote whether or not we use more luck in this fight. And make it count. Just choose whichever you think is more is smarter. Use luck, Furq says. Sally says don't use luck. Sally or Furq, you can change your vote. Sally says use luck. Okay, cool. We have their winner. All right, cool. Thank you, Sally. I would really have gone with what you decided, but we hit the guard. We now test our luck. There is technically a chance for us, a small chance for us to lose if we roll a double six. We didn't roll a double six, so luck goes down to 9. But the strongest guard, the 8 skill guard, is only is now half dead. Just one more hit, and we will dispatch it. Strong guard rolled a 6, weak guard rolled an 8, so they are both on 12 now, and we rolled an 11. Great. Ooh, do we use luck now? Ooh, I don't know. I'm kind of feeling lucky as it is anyway. You know what? I'm not gonna use luck on this on this next to last hit. Hopefully, I'm just gonna use it, leave it as it is. So now the guard goes from 4, instead of from 4 to 0, it goes from 4 to 2 stamina. Now we need to hit the strong guard once again, one more time. Let's hope I don't live to regret what I just chose. Strong guard rolls a 7, weak guard rolls a 7, we roll a 12. Yes, we killed the strongest guard. We're now left with only the 6 skilled guard, and this one-on-one this time. So he rolls an 8, we roll a 6. This is still a hit for us. He rolls a 4, we roll an 8. Rolls a 9, we roll a 7. This is still a hit because we have the walk and the superior skill. And one last round, probably. He rolled a 7, we roll an 11. And we killed that guard. Whew. This cost us 1 gold and 6 stamina. Furq, you were right. You were right all along. We were... We sinned the sin of hubris. We thought we knew what was going on, but we were bamboozled by the book. Okay, we're done. You can now go in. I think we're going to be done for today. As I said, these shows are now going to be 2 hours each. I don't want to go over 2 hours. Any other spell would have helped us pass without a fight? Probably, yeah. Probably some of them. Probably the fog. Fog would have created a lot of fog. I don't know what the material component for fog is, so we might not have been able. I don't know. But yeah, probably some others would have helped us. I think we're going to be done for today. As I said, I think we're going to need 3 sessions. I think just being at the very entrance of the Citadel is going to be a good time to wrap it up. And then hopefully we'll be able to be done with it in 2 more sessions. So join us next week. As usual, 8:30 Israel time. If you're on GMT, it's going to be 6:30 Eastern time. It's 1:30. Furq, where are you from, by the way? I'm glad to have you with us for the first time. If you want to write where you're from, we'd love to know. Sally, thanks for being here. Shin and Countess Belvane for dropping by for a while. This is really cool to see you all. New watchers in the UK, cool. New viewers and long-time viewers coming back. Monday nights, same time. Every Monday is Questers of the Alpalor, or comedy improv fantasy game. I run a game to 4 actors and improvisers who take the game in unexpected directions and make life harder for me. So that's a lot of fun every Monday night. And Saturday nights is right here. Choose Your Own Adventure. Currently playing Sorcery by Steve Jackson. We're gonna pick it up from where we stopped next week. Bye Sally, bye Furq, bye everyone else who's watching. Thank you very much for joining us, and until next time, play hard and stay safe. Good night, everyone.